Now in the next function, okay, let's go back to the main function. So we added one new node at the end of the linked list using append. Okay. Now we are going to call a display function. Okay. So in the display function, basically we are going to display all the values that are there in your linked list. Okay. So this is the display function here. Okay. So basically we are going to traverse from the first node towards the last node and display all the values that are there in your linked list. So I declare one temporary variable here, a local variable called temp of the type struct node. In this line, I assign the value of q. Value of q is 5000. I assign it to temp. So that means in your diagram, the change will happen like this. Both temp and q will start pointing to the node with the address 5000. Okay, both are pointing now to the first node. Okay, now next I check whether the value of temp is null or not equal to null. If it is not equal to null, then this while loop will get executed. Okay, so I check here what is the value of temp. Value of temp is 5000, not equal to null. Okay, so I come here and I print the value of that data part of that node. What is the data part of the node? 10. So I will be printing the value of in the output as 10. Okay, data part of the node. Once I print that, okay, in the next line, what I'm going to do? Temp arrow link. What is the value of temp arrow link? Temp arrow link. Okay, temp arrow link. Value of that is 4800. Temp arrow link 4800. So that value I'm going to assign to temp. Okay, so when I assign the value of temp arrow link 4800 to temp, okay, that means temp will now start pointing to the node with the address 4800. Okay, so again I'll write the statement here so that you understand. Temp value, we are assigning the value of temp arrow link to temp arrow link to temp. Okay, what is the value of temp arrow link? 4800. Okay, the value of temp arrow link is 4800. So this value 4800, okay, we are giving to temp. So when you give this value 4800, what is 4800? Address of the second node. When you give this value 4800 using this programming like this, that means this pointer temp will now start pointing to the node with the address 4800. Whenever you want to shift a pointer from one node to another node, we are going to use this programming. Okay, just remember this line. So whenever you want to shift a pointer from one node to another node, and we will need to do this often, you will be using this line quite often. Okay, just remember this. Whenever you see this line in any kind of linked list programming, so that means what you are going to do, basically, okay, you are going to shift the pointer from the current node to the next node. Okay, so I showed you how it is done. We do it by taking the address of the second node. The address of the second node is stored here in the link part, and we take that, give it to the pointer that we want to shift. That's how the pointer gets shifted like this. Okay, so now the pointer has got shifted. I come back to the while part and I check now, is the value of temp equal to null or not equal to null? So when you check the value of temp, what is the value of temp? Value of temp is now 4800. Okay, is it null or not equal to null? It is not equal to null. So therefore what I will do, print the value of the data part. What is the data part? 20. I print it. Okay, and what I do, again I try to shift if there are more nodes. Okay, I do not know whether there are more nodes. Okay, I am a compiler, just I am talking from the point of view of the compiler, so I do not know if there are more nodes. So what I will do, I try to shift the temp to the next possible node. Now what will be the value of temp? Let's see. Temp arrow link. What is temp arrow link? Null. Okay. Temp arrow link is null. So that we are assigning null value, we are assigning to the which? To temp. So now value of temp will be equal to null. So what will happen now? Temp arrow link is equal to null. That value is given to temp. So now value of temp is null. Okay. So that means temp is no longer pointing to any node. Value of temp is null. Okay. So now when you check here, the while statement, we could execute the while only if temp was not equal to null. So when I check now, since temp is already null, this is no longer holds true. So I cannot execute these statements. Okay. That means I will execute the while, sorry, I will exit the while. Okay. And the display function ends. So I have displayed the two values that were there in my linked list as 10 and 20, the data part of the linked list. Okay. Now, there is one important question here. Can anyone tell me why I use temp here? Okay, why I use temp here? Instead of doing this temp, why I was not doing here Q? Why I was not writing like this? Why I was not writing like this? Why instead of temp, I was not having Q here? Can anyone tell me? Think and tell. You can look at the diagram and think. Why I need a temporary variable? Why I can't shift Q? I given the answer previously once.